I want to explain something to everybody out there, and I want to explain it really, really well. So, you want to restore your car. You bring your car in your garage, you strip it down to bare metal, you get your little hammer and dolly out, you do all your body, you know, your hammer and dolly, you straighten everything out the best way you can, and then what do? You jump into the bondo job. The bondo job that requires air files, DA sanders, you gotta mix the bondo, you gotta know how to spread the bondo, and you get the hang of it. And then you start on one corner and then you go all the way around the car. Here's a good example, okay? So we got this area here that's a dent, there's a dent up here, we got this that was crushed in, I hammer and dollied that out, and then over here behind me, if we can see down there, we got a dent here, and then down here I had to do some rust repair behind me, if you kind of look right there, okay? So we had to do some major repairs on this fender. Or so I thought so anyway. And what this is about is the conspiracy of the paint and body industry and what it stands for and where you might lie in this area with this crowd. See how big my hands are? Or in this area with that, with that crowd right there. So I was really curious and I went ahead and called some of these coach builders. Now, what a coach builder is, or should I say metal worker, metal man, is a guy that doesn't use bondo, strictly out of his league. He hates bondo, he will never use bondo. If you use bondo, you don't know what you're doing. And he has a shop that has English wheels. Now I'm not talking one, I'm talking 3 or 4 of these guys that I've talked to. They got English wheels, they got planishers, hammers, they got shrinkers, stretchers, they got wooden stumps, they got special hammers. I mean, they got a shop that's 5 times bigger than mine and got about $2 million, $3 million worth of equipment in there. And they strictly will not use bondo. So I talked to a couple of these guys. One guy wouldn't give me a price at all. He said, if you need to ask the price, you're not getting a car fixed anyway, and I ain't got time to talk to you. Okay? I went ahead and talked to another guy, and I'm not even going to mention these guys, okay? There's no sense even mentioning the names of them. Talked to one guy, said, how much you charge an hour to restore a car? $275. If you can't afford it, we can't help you, and we're backed up for 3 years. Give us a call then. Click. You're shitting me, right? That fast. Wow. $275. I called another guy. He charged $225 an hour. But let me tell you what his angle was. So he charges $225 an hour to do this metal work. Guarantees he's not going to use bondo. No bondo. Everything he does, he's going to hammer and dolly out. He's going to use the shrinking disc. He's going to use the metal files. And when you get your car back, it's going to be better than factory original. All the gaps will be test fitted with an 1/8 inch feeler gauge or whatever, you know. And he's going through the whole procedure. How long does this take? It could take up to 5 years. Wow. If I brought you a 66 GTO or a 64 Volkswagen Bug, it's going to take 6 years for you to hammer and dolly this thing out and work it out with a pleasure. If they need to repair rust, they make the panels from scratch. They don't do MIG welding, they do TIG welding. It will fit perfect, it will look perfect. Get on YouTube and look for these guys. There's a handful of them out there that do this metal work. So back to the guy I was talking about, or I was talking to. He was actually a really nice guy. Actually, all of them were nice except that one guy. And he was I didn't really talk to him. I talked to, I guess, his secretary, the 3-year, I'm backed up, 275. If I don't need your business, dude, yeah, that guy. So I'm asking him, I says, how big is your shop? The guy says, I got a 10,000 square foot shop. I'm working on 9 cars right now. I got 5 employees. But the employees I got, only one of them is a professional, the other ones I'm teaching. Okay, so basically what you got is interns. You got interns working for you, and you're teaching them how to work on this guy's car, and what their pay is they get to come to your shop and work, because you're showing them how to do it. But yet on the other hand, hold on, you're charging this guy $225 for these guys to work on this car because they're paying you to work on it. But you got beginners working on it, and they're interns and they're students that are working on the car. Basically, they're paying you to go to school, is what they're doing. He says, yes. If that's how you want to put it, I guess, yeah. Okay? That's what I'm doing. I actually have a school that I teach how to do metalwork and how to do it properly without using bondo. We hate bondo. If we find a car with bondo in it, we grotesquely throw up in the corner and all have a throw up party and circle jerk ourselves over all the bondo dust. There's no bondo dust in my shop. I will not allow bondo in my shop. If there is a piece, a fender that has bondo on it, it is to be taken outside immediately and soda blasted or media blasted to get the bondo off. Okay? You circle jerk over bondo, great. Was he using these particular words? No, I'm telling you his attitude. I'm telling you the magnitude of his arrogant, what can we say, attitude of I'm better than you are because you use bondo. So, let me get this straight. You charge $225 an hour. You got beginners working on the car that don't really know nothing, and you're teaching them how to do it. They're paying you to go to your school to work on that customer's car, and the customer has to wait almost 5 years to get his car done because there's no bondo in it. No bondo. I'm going to be honest with you, I am appalled by people that criticize and humiliate others that do a wonderful, beautiful job. Like me, for instance, I bust my ass, I work hard, I don't charge $225. I don't have students come over to my shop and work on a customer's car, no way whatsoever. And I am appalled by these people that claim they're better than you and me. So by belittling the situation, and I told him I had YouTube videos, and he said, oh, I want to check them out. This is the guy that actually talked to me. The other ones wouldn't talk to me. Their attitudes were, if you got to ask, you can't afford it, and I ain't got time for you. That was basically their attitude. But I told him I had YouTube videos, and after I hung up with the guy, I told myself, shit, I wish I wouldn't have told him I had YouTube videos, because all he's going to do is get on there and slander me and badger me because I use bondo to restore a car. Okay? Well, let me tell you something, Mr. Perfect fucking guy. If we open up my drawer, we're going to see that I have body shop files. These are for bondo. But yet, hold on a minute. What do I got here? I actually got metal files too. I got metal files. Here's another one. I'm sorry, let me get that out. There's another metal file. Here's another metal file. Oh my God. I can't believe it. Here's dollies. I got hammers and I got dollies. Let's go. Let's open this drawer down here. Hold on a minute. Because I want to make sure that, you know, I'm doing it the way they ask. Oh my God, look at all those hammers and dollies I got. Huh. Hammers and dollies of all kinds and size. I'm sorry. this is one thing that'll really insult these guys, is if you have a slap hammer that you actually purchased and you didn't make it out of a leaf spring, an old leaf spring from a 1932 Dodge truck. Yeah, that's really unusual, because you can't make it out of a brand new Dodge truck, okay, because, you know, that won't work. But if you can find like a 1932 car, or maybe a 1910 Cadillac, or you know, some of that era, it's okay to make a slap hammer out of that, because that one's gonna work better. Why? I don't know, but that's what they say. I have been working on this car right here, and you can see it's pretty nice. This was a junkyard car, okay? But I've been working on this car right here for going on probably 9 months, off and on. Now, when I say off and on, you see what other stuff I got to do to get the car going. I had to repair this panel, and the way that I repaired it, I butt welded it, but I used my MIG welder. Now, if you talk to these metal guys, that's not good enough. That there is trash. That's unacceptable, and it is not worthy for you to work in my shop. I'm going to walk over here and I'm going to show you my English wheel and my plenisher and my stretcher. What we're looking at here, it's called a vise. This is it. This is my small one. This is my small machine that I use for plenishing and English wheeling and making that part fit that I have to custom make. This is it right here. This is my machine. It's an all-in-one situation. But that's not good enough for the metal man. I don't know how many YouTube channels there are out there about these metal workers that refuse to use bondo. And if you use bondo, you're an idiot. Can I go ahead and say something just real quick to all these guys out there that refuse to use bondo? 99% of the world uses bondo. Hello? 99% of the world, okay, basically tells you that you are not better than us, bitch! This is what really gets me, is they say, anybody can do this, it's real simple, and all you're using is basic hand tools, and you don't need to spend a lot of money. Are you fucking joking me? I got a garage at home, pal. A 2-car garage. I'm restoring my car in my garage. Are you gonna give me a giant English wheel that's gonna take up half of my fucking garage? Or a plenishing hammer, a pneumatic plenishing hammer that's going to take up, you know, my backyard? Are you going to give me metal brakes and shears and, you know, everything else it takes to do it the way you're doing? But then on the other hand, you're telling me I'm doing it wrong. I'm doing it wrong. I'm the loser. Go figure. This is Pete, my friend Pete, your friend Pete, telling you that you are doing it right. And if somebody tells you that you're not, tell them to call my friend Pete. I'd like to talk to them assholes. Anytime you get off your lazy ass and you get out there and do something besides sit down and do nothing, you're doing it right! The roof on this little Volkswagen was crushed. And when I say crushed, it was completely totaled out. Nobody thought that it was fixable. Nobody thought that it could be fixable. And my friend Pete brought it over to his shop and fixed it with hand tools. No plenishers, no English wheels. I didn't have fancy multi-million-dollar operations going on. I did it right here in SWRNC garage, DIY auto school, with simple, inexpensive hand tools that I purchased at various outlets to tell myself that I am doing it right. And I will continue to use bondo because that is doing it right. And if you master the bondo trick, it will all work out and will be a beautiful car. So don't let all these jerkwads out there tell you you're doing it wrong, because you're not. $275 an hour, 3-year wait, $225 an hour, and it's going to take up to 5 years. Wow. Can anybody calculate that? Of course, I don't know how much he charges for his school, but he's also charging that on top of the $225, and has students working on their cars, on customer cars. Well, it's late at night. I started at 9 o'clock this morning. It is now 8:45, and it is time to say goodbye. The neighborhood is now closed down. Whoops, I'm sorry. Turn the lights on. I was supposed to hit this light. Okay, we're closing it down. The neighborhood is closed down. Hold on, we can't close the neighborhood down yet. My door's unlocked. Hold on a second. Okay. There you go. All right, hold on, one more example. Do you see this lawnmower? Does everybody look at that lawnmower? Can you see that? That lawnmower is very special to me. That is a special lawnmower. I'm going to tell you why it's a special lawnmower. My friend Pete mowed lawns with that lawnmower. That was my money maker when I was a little kid. 50 cents, $1, depending on the size of the lawn. That's the way I made money. I didn't have an electric lawnmower. I didn't have a gas lawnmower, but I had a lawnmower. And I mowed lawns. And I made my 50 cents and I made my $1 because I got off my ass. I will keep that lawnmower forever, for the rest of my life. And it will be my lawnmower to look at and to take me back in time and say, yes, I am fucking doing it right. And I don't have the $1 million operation that people think it takes to do it right. Okay, after that, now I'm going to go ahead and tell you it's 8:52 and I am going to close it down. We'll see you later.
And sit down.
All right, is the lights off?